Hi, this is Freeman Michaels for favediets.com. I want to talk today about the energy value of food. Now, when I use the expression energy value of food, most often that's associated from a nutrition standpoint with a measurement, right? In fact, it's calories. Basically, the energy value of food is the language nutritionists use to describe the heat of combustion of lipids, which are fats, carbohydrates, and protein. And that's how calories are determined. It's interesting in this sense that what we are consuming, what these calories are turned into energy by our bodies, right, based on qualities in them. And of course, protein has a particular quality to it. And in fact, there are certain types of proteins, there are certain types of carbohydrates, and there are certain types of fats that have different, in essence, nutritional value for our body. All of that is a way of discussing the energy value of food. But I want to talk about the energy value of food in a slightly different context. The two cross over in this sense that there is a quality, a value in a food item based on what it's going to do for your body. That, I think, is legitimate across the board. But there's a way to look at that brings it into the personal empowerment realm. And that's, what is the energy behind the food? What is it that I'm energetically invested in, or investing in, or consuming? And this extends beyond food. This extends to all kinds of things that we consume. There is a value in what we are feeding ourselves. And oftentimes we are consuming empty calories. Empty calories is sort of a vernacular way of saying calories that don't have a lot of nutritional value, right? They're not really going to give us a sustained energy. What they will give us, and usually we're talking about simple carbohydrates, is they'll give us a very quick boost. But that's it, right? It's not like they're going to actually sustain us. And of course, when people struggle with weight, simple carbs are a major factor when you look at what's sort of causing the issues. Another thing, of course, is fats that have a lot of calories but very little nutritional value, with the exception, of course, of good fats. Now, again, I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm not going to play nutritionist, but what I want to point out is that from my perspective, from the service to self perspective in terms of weight release, we really want to look at energetically, what are we taking in, what are we consuming, and what things, in terms of foods, sure, in terms of activities, what really feeds us, and what are we feeding with what we're consuming? A lot of times the kinds of choices we're making are feeding negativity, right? I mean, this is a little bit of a stretch, I realize that, but just gossiping, for example, this is what I use all the time, is feeding, unconsciously what we're feeding is insecurity in ourselves. It's insecurity in ourselves projected out on other people, so we gossip about them, right? And then we oftentimes, our negativity is fed by complaining conversations. We're playing the victim, right? So we really want to look energetically, what is the value in what we are taking in, what we are consuming? And that's the analogy I want to bring up today in the energy value of food and the energy value of all the things that we consume. This has been a Fave Diets video blog.